Hello, friends. Here we are at / Punk Zine from May of 1980. The World Update. Man, was 1980 a pivotal year in the world of punk rock records and fanzines and bands? There was a lot going on then. Especially in LA. And that's where / was located. This one is number 3, volume 5, 1980. You got the US and UK scene reports, Japan, Germany, LA bands, Adam and the Ants. Boy, I remember when Adam and the Ants first came out. Yeah, I liked them when they first came out, but after a while I lost interest. Crass. Oh my God, did I love Crass. The voice of the anarchists. I embraced anarchy. Explained why they should let me tape our conversation, even though they were not exactly agreeable to the idea. Inside heard a demo of a coming single, Weird Sound Explorations, with Japanese voices and other Oriental surprises, along with the more familiar crass, raw wall of noise. I liked the phrase that they went by. Anarchy is a state of mind, not a form of government. Rocky Erickson, man, I'm telling you, the 13th floor elevators, they never go away. They never really leave you. But here it is, / magazine. Let's read this part. Published by Robert Biggs. Based on original idea by Steve Samioff. Who is that guy? Man, I don't know. Edited by Claude Bessey. That's Kickboy Face. And Chris D. Art direction by Mark Vallon. That's the guy that did this drawing on the front cover with the Mohawk guy. I wonder who that Mohawk guy was. There might be something out there about that. Let's take a look at the / top 10 in May of 1980. This top 10 reminds me of the top 10 of Maximum Rock and Roll, which was to come 2 years later after this magazine closed down. Let's take a look at Chris D's top 10 list. The band X. In May of 1980, I don't think I had heard X yet. I don't think I heard them until later in the year when their debut album came out. But I do remember that I liked them and I thought they were considered to be a pretty hot band. And the Cramps at this time were so cool. And that album, Songs the Lord Taught Us, was one of my favorites. And of course, John Lee Hooker. You know, I really like to go from punk rock to roots of punk, such as blues, folk blues, rhythm and blues, doo-wop, and other forms of music, folk, that were the roots of punk. And Clifton Chenier, I love Clifton Chenier too. Man, it rocked so hard with the Cajun Zydeco music. Man, you can rock hard on Cajun. Frantic. Kind of reminds me of punk rock in a way. And of course, the fall. I like the fall. Recently, 5 years ago, I got a fall live box set from like 5 or 6 different gigs, the whole set. And it was pretty cool. Yeah, I like the fall. Blurt, never listened to them. Maybe I should now. Bow Wow Wow, that album, C30, C60, C90, Go. Oh my God, what a splash they made. They seem to be following right in the same vein as Adam and the Ants. That Native American vibe mixed with punk. It seemed so exotic when it first came out, but by the time it matured 24 months later, they turned out to be just the biggest pop whores like any other act, willing to sign their soul away and buy into the corporate structure and obey the man. Now, number 9, Closer, Joy Division. That's my favorite album of Joy Division. It's so dark, it's so deep, it's just so much texture and character in there. And I've always loved that album. The Gun Club, Walking with the Beast, I didn't hear that until many years later, and I thought it was way cool. That punkabilly. The letters section is pretty interesting. First one here. Hi. Slashoids seem so reluctant to venture out beyond the safety of their few select clubs and topical bars. Perhaps this is why we had to wait until the January-February issue to read about the only true underground in the area. I refer, of course, to the Anti-Club. Aptly enough, it was forced to close the same month you finally chose to show interest in it. Although I never saw any cockroaches, they make hip dancing partners, so fuck off, you squeamish bores. It goes on to go down the line of the clubs that he doesn't like and how that the Anti-Club is better. Dear Wall over Eyes. A bit paranoid, aren't we? If you had any conception of how fucking long it takes to get anything into print, even into your own Xerox fanzine, you wouldn't have gone screaming memes over our late inclusion of the hole in the wall called Anti-Club, which is certainly the best hole in the wall LA's had since The Mask. We weren't trashing the place because of the roaches. In fact, we weren't trashing the place at all. However, you have to admit, no matter how rich in protein they are, the little buggers are not the most wonderful thing to find treading gin in your martini. In this editorial towards the end, they make reference to the magazine shutting down. And indeed, this was the next to the last issue of Slash in May of '80. They had been going since 1977 and had put out 28 issues. And they have this editorial that points to it. Let's read a little. Hey muchachos, how was that long hot summer in the land of opportunities? Bet you were so busy bopping and drinking you didn't even miss your monthly package of slash nonsense. We know. The only ones that seem to express any interest in our health are all the sweet, sympathetic media representatives who suddenly showed such a deep understanding of our adventure and such a sincere concern for our future, we simply had to hop back in the arena and reassure the faithful that, yes, folks, the old slash still had it. That Ulf fighting power was there, and by golly, it sure is good to be back here tonight and give you all the very best your good money can buy. Tears flow on beaming faces. Loud roar of joy swells up in the fragrant summer night and reaches heaven, where the good Lord and all his minions get quite a buzz of satisfaction, as they always do when the just triumph. Cut. Close, but not quite. First, we had no intention of sneaking out of the back door like adulterers in the night. We're not done with the incomprehensible propaganda yet, and there was such an overload of informations to lay on your frail intellects. Such a gorgeous display of terminal confusion and unexplained phenomena to report and inflict on your village sensibilities, as well as much local cliquey foulness to deposit on your elegant rug and offend your world-conscious sophistication. We welcome all types, even the proxy thrill seekers who go slumming through our X-rated binges. There was so much to give and share and communicate. Oh, what a sense of duty. That even Ja, the old tea-head himself, couldn't have stopped this cultural apotheosis. A man with a mission delivers the goods, and when many are involved and they all come through, take a bow, boys and girls. Watch out. Timber! The impact might kill you. Potent stuff everywhere. Droogies, panoramic scope without equal, even if it occasionally blurs out. Stunning absence of manifestos and editorial unity, meaning respect in the reader and a still stand at the office. Obscure beliefs exhumed from the tomb cover symbolism. Indian land and punk music meet with that doubles as fashion exclusive. No one asked for it, but we can't resist showing off. There was more, but you can only take so much of a good thing, and you ought to know when to stop. Like now. Thanks for talking to me. Sayonara.